Hi, my beautiful friends. I am coming to you from down at my jetty this morning. It's a funny, eerie morning this morning. Actually, I've been and taught bar, was driving home and I could see the sun about to rise, and I thought I'm not going to make it home before sunrise. So I'm just going to quickly pull over and I'm going to watch it from the cane fields. I'm going to take it all in because I love starting my day with some kind of movement or spiritual rituals or watching the sunrise or that moment of peace, whatever aligns for me in the moment. So this morning I had my class and was so energized and I really want to sit and watch the sunrise. And I pulled over and it was just breathtakingly beautiful. Just got the sunrise in before like the fog kicked in. So you can probably see behind me if you're watching on YouTube, it's like, it's been raining all week and now it's kind of foggy. I walked out on my back deck when I got home and you could not see the water for fog. It was just like this thick layer. And now we're kind of sitting in this kind of an eerie feeling, I guess, where it's cloudy, it's overcast, it's foggy. And it's calm, like it is beautifully calm. And it's nice to embrace all of the seasons, to embrace all of the different weather conditions, because that's life, right? It's not always like these beautiful sunshines and beautiful sunrises. There are always different elements of beauty. And even in a day like this, where it's so cloudy behind me, but actually in front of me, you can't see it, but in front of me, it's like blue skies and it's just cloudy behind me over the water. So it's a really interesting day and it's been raining all week. And I've had one of those weeks, man, like I've been a ball of emotion. We celebrated my dad's 70th, which was amazing, had a beautiful time. My parents lost a really beautiful friend of theirs just the day before my dad's birthday, like their best friend couple. So it's been absolutely heartbreaking. And it's funny, like we've got the funeral today and it's kind of fitting, I guess, the weather, this kind of eeriness, but this peace and tranquility. And it's just like, it's just so peaceful. And so I've been a whole ball of emotion all week, ups and downs. And why I'm telling you this, I sat down yesterday, it was pouring rain, and I sat down with my journal and I was just reflecting on the week. I was writing things down. I was pouring my heart and soul into it. And we're celebrating. I've got Riley's 21st coming up. We've had Callum's 21st coming up. And as our family, we wanted to take him out, like with all of my, like Riley's aunts and uncles and my parents. So like all the family, we had dinner with him to celebrate him. That was the night before I sat down and journaled. And I sat down and I journaled and I went, I just want to freeze this moment in time. Like I was sitting on my deck, it was pouring rain. I had tears pouring down my face as I was literally crying with the rain and just pouring my heart and soul until I journaled like 5 pages. And I wrote about Dad's 70th and everybody coming together for Callum's birthday, and because we had like all the family there, and I thought I just want to freeze this moment in time where my heart is so happy and so full, and we have like our kids, their cousins, like all this beautiful family around, and I just sat going, life feels so perfect, because I was reflecting on my mum and dad's best friend that she literally dropped dead of a heart attack. Well, her heart exploded. Like they had no symptoms, no nothing, was about to go for a walk. And her husband still came to Dad's 70th and I was chatting with him and he said, Lise, it was like she got shot. There's no other words to explain it. 1 minute we're about to put our shoes on and go for a walk, and the next minute I just turned around because I just heard her slur her last word, and I caught her in time before she hit the ground, and that was it. Healthy, fit, well, barely been to the doctors in her whole life, had nothing wrong with her, had no previous conditions, no ache in her heart, no nothing. And it was just like that. And so my heart, I'm telling you this to go, just sit and appreciate where we are right now. It's always in those times when something happens, you lose somebody or a tragedy strikes, or where you reflect on how grateful you are. So, when you're listening to this, just take a moment, whether you're driving, whether you're walking around the house with AirPods in, wherever you are, I just want you to sit with gratitude in your heart. And as I was writing all of this down about how happy I am and how grateful I am for my health, my wellness, my family's wellness, my family, everyone in our family's healthy, everyone's alive and well. And I was just sitting with that moment in time where I felt like, I don't want things to change, but you know they're going to. You know that life is transient. We're going to move through cycles. It's this constant evolution of change. Nothing stays the same. Everything is always changing. And appreciate the things that you can appreciate right now, whatever it is for you. Just sit with that feeling of gratitude and love in your heart for the blessings that you have right now. And I was sitting there crying from tears of emotion, of gratitude, tears of sadness for watching my mum's pain, watching my, these people have been in our life since we were kids, and they've been together since they were 15 and just turned 70. And just sitting with that, it just made me want to hold my husband a bit closer, hold my kids that little bit closer, and just sit in this moment of time going, I'm truly blessed. So what are you blessed for right now? What are you grateful for? What brings your heart so much, almost like so much happiness that it brings you to tears? Journal on it. Sit in that peacefulness, sit in that moment of gratitude, and just appreciate whatever you can right now, girls. It's such a powerful, beautiful energy. And you know what? And it also shifts your perspective to go, yes, we always think when things like this happens, life's short, but it also makes you appreciate that time keeps moving, right? Like time keeps going. We can't pause time as much as we wish we can. We can't pause time. We can't change. We can't change our soul contract, how long people in our life are going to be here for, or how long we're going to be here for. Make the most of every single day and truly love on people hard, love on your life hard, love on yourself hard, and just make the most of your beautiful life experiences. And as I sit here, Kira's like licking my hand. I'm sitting on my mat on the jetty and Kira's just sitting down beside me. And the reason for my podcast today is I had a couple of conversations with some people in the studio this week around, I'll tell you what happened. I was talking to this beautiful, beautiful woman. She would be, I'm terrible with ages, maybe 60s, a newish woman to the studio, maybe 60s, close to 70. And she was saying that I was talking to her about restorative yoga, saying how amazing it is. And this woman has been like in the fitness industry for a long time. And she still works with women in her age group, teaching them fitness, motivating them, inspiring them, having these fun fitness groups. And I said, you should come to restorative yoga. Like, it is such a beautiful form of self-care, and it's a really beautiful, slow way to restore your body. She said to me, I feel like unless I've worked hard, I don't deserve it. I feel like it's too slow for me, and I have to work hard, I have to work out, and then I can reward myself with restorative yoga. We were talking a little bit further, and she was telling me how she had her second facial in her whole entire life. And she said that as she was laying there, she started thinking how having a facial is vain. But she picked up on her thought and she changed her thought. And she said, I lay there thinking, it's so vain to have facials. And then she goes, I thought, what is wrong with me? It's not vain to have facials. It's really beautiful. And then she said, then I started to relax into it. Then I had another conversation with a client this morning, and we were just sharing this chat about that. And she said, I often feel like that too. Like, unless I've had a busy week, I shouldn't be going to restorative yoga. I feel like I have to, again, earn it, right? Like, I have to work really hard during the week. Like, when my life's crazy, when work's busy, when my mind's full, then I'll go to restorative yoga because I feel like I need it. And my chat with you today is to tell you, you are worthy of receiving restoration, of receiving self-care, of receiving love for yourself, regardless of conditions. You don't need to earn a self-care activity. You don't need to earn a moment where you can slow down and rest. You don't need to have conditions on You have to achieve something first to then have a reward. And we get conditioned. It's programmed, it's conditioned, it's what we see from people before us, maybe your parents, or maybe, like they have this mentality and you've been programmed at a subconscious level to believe. It's like when you feel like you have to work hard to earn money. You have to be run off your feet to earn the income because it's based on conditions. Your income is based on how hard that you have worked. Like it's this kind of relevancy of I need to put in X amount of effort to receive something in return. And I'm here to tell you, no, you don't. I want to help you shift your thinking and help you shift your beliefs, because we are programmed in this masculine energy of having to go all the time, having to work hard, having to get stuff done. We're programmed to live in this society of, how are you? I'm busy. Like busy is a badge of honor. I have to be busy all the time. I have to be going all the time. I have to be running around after kids. I have to prove my busyness to other people to show that I'm worthy of receiving something, or I have to prove my worth to show that I'm worthy of receiving love, or I have to prove how hard I work to show that I'm worthy of receiving money. I want to help you shift your thinking out of that masculine conditioning energy that we have been put in for so many years that says you have to be a go-getter, you have to strive, you have to push, you have to work so hard. You have to constantly be pushing yourself to the bone with your workouts. I haven't worked out hard unless I'm dripping in sweat. I saw someone I know post on Instagram the other day saying, I wish I could be a Pilates girl, but I'm not happy unless my heart rate is through the roof. And that's how we get programmed. Like we have to be going so hard all the time, hitting certain levels of certain heart rate percentages when we work out, or we haven't worked out hard enough unless we feel borderline spewing, or we haven't worked out hard enough unless we feel sore, or we haven't worked out hard enough unless we feel like we're dripping in sweat. And I'm here to tell you, you can still work out. You can still strengthen and tone your body, but you can do it in a feminine, soft way. We don't have to push ourselves so hard that we're training in the masculine all the time, that we're looking for striving for, physical, muscular definition like a man. Like girls, I'm here to tell you, tap into your feminine energy, because your feminine energy is your superpower. Your feminine energy is where you connect in with your intuition. You are worthy of receiving. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of abundance. You are worthy of slowing down. You are worthy of self-care. You are worthy of softness, just for being alive, just for being you. You don't have to hit a target first to receive that beautiful softness, to receive the abundance, to receive the love, to receive the worth, to receive the accolades, to receive the recognition. You are worthy of it just for being you and just for showing up and doing what you do in your day-to-day life. It's like with your kids, right? You don't say to your kids, I will give you love, I will give you affection, I will take care of you because you've earned it, or because you've proven something to me, or because you've given something in return, and then I will give you this in exchange. No, like you love them unconditionally. You love them just for being them. You want to protect them. You want to care for them. You want to give them things. You want to, give them the most unconditional love in your heart, because you love them. And that goes for the same as you, my friends. Like that goes for the same as you. You are worthy of slowing down and having these beautiful self-care, abundance, love, whatever it is for you in your life, because you are just worthy of it, just like you love other people, or just like you give it to other people, or love on your children or your partner or your friends or other women or your parents, whoever, unconditionally, and you love on them unconditionally, you give to them unconditionally, you serve them unconditionally. That is a reflection of how I want you to start seeing yourself and what I want you to start giving to yourself. So regardless of if you've worked hard in the week, regardless of how much you've worked out with your body or flogged your body or sweat, you can still enjoy the benefits of a slower practice, of a slower ritual, of restorative yoga, of a facial, of whatever it is that you love, just because you love it and just because it makes you feel good. Because that is the energy that we manifest from, right? So if you were to think about your dominant energy, your dominant vibration, when you are in a state of joyfulness, of peacefulness, of, what's that word I'm looking for, of not nothingness, but the in-between, like there is a word I'm looking for, it'll come to me. But when you are in that state of feeling good, neutral, that's the word I'm looking for, neutral energy, right? Like that calm, peaceful, neutral energy, or just feeling good, or feeling fulfilled, or feeling nourished, or feeling happy. That is when you put your intentions out there. You're always manifesting, right? You don't just turn on manifesting. You're always manifesting. You always get back the energy of what your dominant vibration is. So the more you care for yourself, the more you take exquisite care of your body, your mind, and your soul. You nourish it, you give to it, and you have respect for it, and you love on it, and you treat it with kindness and compassion and softness, is the more you start to feel good, the more you start to feel so much happier in yourself. That's when you have the best manifesting energy, okay? If you were going to turn it on, that's your best energy to turn it on to get what you want in life. And I can tell you from experience, I was a go-getter. I still am, but in a different way, right? So I would work out hard all the time. I would go to yoga to do the headstand, to build my strength, to build my core strength, to have more balance, to have more flexibility, as a way to restore, to recover from my workouts all week of working hard, doing the box jumps, doing the high intense training, doing all that. Nothing wrong with it. Like I loved it. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I looked at yoga as a way to restore my body, to recover from my workout, right? So it was kind of like my reward at the end of the week. I'd work out hard and then I went to yoga, but I still want to do the hard stuff. And it wasn't until, I wanted to stand on my head, I wanted to be the best in class, all ego shit, right? It was just all purely, not purely ego, but there was a bit of ego in there as well. And I remember when I did my yoga teacher training, and we had a lady come in and speak, and she said, she was an older lady, and Rose would have been maybe in her 70s. And she said, those of you that want to go and do all the hard stuff in yoga, want to stand on your head, want to strive to compete and all the ego stuff that I just mentioned, you're the ones that need the slow restorative or the yin practice more than anyone. Those of you that are lazy, this is how she said it, those of you that, are lazy and you just want to relax and take it easy, you probably need a bit more fire in your practice. Her basic message was, you need the balance, right? You need the yin and the yang, you need that balance out. And often what you go for, what you are looking for, so I was working out hard, I wanted to go into yoga to challenge myself to do the hard stuff. You need the opposite, right? And even though you resist it, you need the opposite. And I remember going to yin yoga in my yoga teacher training. Oh my God, I just paused there. My little bluebird, I haven't seen him in months. You can't see it. He's right there. My little bluebird is just sitting on my neighbor's jetty right beside me. He's my little sign that shows up from my Ulpa. Oh my gosh, he's my little sign that shows up when it's just that sign from the universe that I am protected, I am guided, I'm on my path, I'm on my soul mission, and I'm here talking to you guys, sharing this message. So this is a big wake up. This is a big sign that what I'm telling you is so aligned for me and for you. He's just staring there, staring at me. Okay, I'm one of these people, I get distracted with beautiful things, distracted with the butterflies. There's a reason I needed to come down to the jetty today. I've had a massive week of journaling and releasing a lot of generational stuff, and I'm not going to go into all that now. But now my little bluebird has come to say that you're on the right path, you're on the right track, you're fulfilling your purpose. Oh, I'm so happy right now. And so with the yin and the yang energy and that balance of, we need both, right? I'm so sorry. I so lost my train of thought because I'm distracted looking at my bluebird. And but I'm just real with you guys. I'm so real with you guys. I'm sitting here patting Kira. It's a beautiful morning. It's glass on the water. My little bluebird is sitting there. I'm just sitting in so much gratitude and peace right now. And with that yin and yang energy, that balance of energy, right? We need both. That's what I was talking about. And she said, like, those of you that do the hard stuff, you need to slow down. And it was a big wake up call for me to go, I actually need to bring a little bit of yin yoga into my life. I actually need to slow down a bit. But when I was on my teacher training, I would do my yin yoga. I hated it. I'm not going to lie. I hated it. I went, this is so boring. Like, this is just, I'm looking at the clock going, when's this going to end? And it took me a long time to appreciate slowing down. So if you're at that stage, I get it. I fully understand and I fully know where you're coming from. And the more I would show up for practice, the more yoga I would do, the more spiritual rituals I would do, the more I started to give myself permission to slow down. I went, okay, I'm going to go to class and I'm going to try and enjoy it. Just because I don't feel like I need to earn it because I've worked hard, because I've done my workouts all week. And this is around the time when I opened the studio, right? Because I was coming out of my PT era, did my yoga Pilates training and was going into the studio. And so I was still kind of half in that PT era and half in that yoga Pilates era. Even though I've been doing yoga forever, I was still in that mentality of masculine. Go, 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 work super hard all the time. When I started getting into the studio a lot more and teaching a lot more yoga, I started to fall in love with slowing down. I started to fall in love with, oh my God, it feels so good to move my body slowly, that I started to notice I was calmer at home. I started to notice my body was getting a little bit limber. I started to notice that I was more connected with my body's communication, connected with my body's wisdom. I was getting more signs, like this little bluebird that is still sitting here. It's a little blue kingfisher bird. He's still sitting here. And I was starting to get more connected with my intuition, more connected with my superpower, more connected with my soul. I was making better decisions. I was manifesting more of what I wanted. Things were lining up for me. Life started to become a little bit more effortless. I was a happier mum to be around. I wasn't yelling at the kids as much. I was appreciating things in my life more. So it was just like this kind of snowball effect. And it come from being okay with slowing down. It come from shifting my perspective to go, I don't need restorative yoga in my life as a recovery. I need it for my peace. I need it for my fulfillment. I need it to calm my mind and soul. I need it because I can see I'm falling more in love with myself. I'm realizing that I'm falling in love with the way my body moves slowly. And it shifted my whole perspective. And this is what I want to help you shift in your perspective today, is that you don't have to earn slowing down. You don't have to have conditions put on you to do something that makes you feel good, okay? You don't have to go and have a facial and be sitting there all the time going, I shouldn't be here. I've got other things that I need to be doing. I should be doing something more productive. I should be, I'm guilty spending money on me. I feel guilty spending time on me. My husband doesn't do things like that, like this. Why am I? I could be spending the money on my kids. Do you know what happens? Let me read this tiny little bit out of this oracle card I pulled this morning, okay? It's about Clan of the Wolf Heart, and it's all about this wolf energy. And it says, wolf wisdom inspires and teaches us how to balance solitude with isolation. So solitude, isolation, teaches us to balance solitude with socialization. It teaches that both are needed for the well-being of ourselves and our clan, i.e. our families. Wolf wisdom teaches us to share ourselves without losing ourselves. So when you do these things for yourself, whether it be the facial, whether it be the restorative yoga, whether it be the time to have a rest or to do whatever it is that you enjoy doing, it is going to benefit your clan, okay? It is going to ripple out into everyone in your family. There he goes. I don't know if you just saw it fly past, but he's sitting on the jetty just beside me, and it is going to benefit your whole clan, your whole family. It's going to benefit you, but it's going to benefit your loved ones. And you know what? You are going to teach them that things aren't based on conditions, that things aren't based on worth. You are worthy just for being born. You are worthy of the self-care no matter how hard you've worked this week. If your soul is craving something, I want you to learn to listen and honor your soul's knowing, okay? Often we get conditioned by people around us, by other women, that we have to compare, we have to keep up, we have to fit in, we have to prove ourselves by being busy all the time, that we feel lazy for slowing down. We feel lazy for doing things that are actually going to nourish your soul and that are going to care for your body and that are going to help give you more vitality. So why don't you be the one that makes the change? Why don't you be the one that starts the pattern in your group of friends or in your work environment or in your family that goes, you know what, I'm going to break some conditional patterns. I'm going to break some of the generational patterns and beliefs that say I have to be going all the time, I have to be working hard all the time. I can restore myself just because I know it is going to make me a happier person to be around, just because I know it's going to fill my cup up, and I'm going to rock up to class and I'm going to try my absolute best to enjoy it. And I'm going to try my absolute best to receive. So whether it's a class, whether it's a facial, whether it's whatever it is for you girls, you know what you like and what you love and what you feel guilty doing and what you feel that you have to have this condition or that you have to earn. I want you to go and try and do the thing without doing something first, without working hard first, without striving first. Just go and do it because you freaking want to. Just go and do it because it fills your cup up. Just go and do it because it feels good. And even if you're struggling, I want you to try and do it anyway, no matter how. You could have had a quiet week, you know, like you could have had a week where you feel you haven't done too much. Go to restorative yoga anyway, okay? And I want you to see how you feel. And I just want you to know that it comes with experience, okay? You might rock up, you might still feel guilty, you might still feel like, you know, you haven't earned it or you haven't worked hard enough yet. I just want you to go and just remember, you got Lisa in your back pocket saying, just receive, okay? Just slow down and receive. It could be going out and having lunch with your friends. It could be going and enjoying lunch by yourself. It could be anything that you love. Go and receive it. Don't look at the clock. Don't look at how long you have to be there for. Just go and receive it because you are worthy of receiving it. And in the trust that what's going to come of it, you're going to be a happier parent to be around or a happier woman to be around. You're going to be happier for your partner. You are going to be calmer for your kids. You are going to fall more in love with your authentic self. You're going to get more connected with your heart and soul because you're listening to your needs, you're listening to your desires, and you're learning to listen to your intuition. Because girls, I'm telling you, it's when you slow down and do these things for yourself, you get more connected with that feminine superpower of intuition. If you're spending your whole life in the rat race, running around all the time, doing the high intense workouts. I mean, those workouts are great, but they're not going to connect you with your soul, right? They are going to, yes, it's going to help with your mindset. It's going to help with your clarity. It's going to help you feel more nourished. It's going to help you feel more fulfilled. It's going to help you feel stronger, 100%. All of those. I've done it for years. But what the missing piece is, that missing piece of the puzzle is the trilogy. That missing piece of the puzzle is the spiritual. And the spiritual comes in the slowing down. Moments like this, in the peacefulness. Look, I'm sitting in a moment like this and my little number one sign from the universe appears. This is where you get the connection with your intuition. This is where you get the whispers from your soul. People say to me, how do I see signs? How do I get more connected with my intuition? It's in the stillness. It's in those moments of peace and calm. It's in those moments where you're slowing down because you're not distracted with the high intensity workout. You're not distracted with the running around. You're not distracted what other people say. You're not distracted with other people's opinions. You're not distracted with the thoughts that are going through your head. And they're going to be there. They're going to pop in. But the more you slow down and the more you do things for yourself because you are worthy of doing it, the more you're going to get a little bit more connected with your heart and soul. You're going to hear the whispers of your soul. You're going to hear your intuitive voice telling you things. So when you block out the noise, you will get more, you'll awaken. You will get more awake to the little gentle whispers that come through. You will hear them because you are getting more connected with your heart. And that is what I want for you girls. I want you to tap into that feminine energy of your intuition. It's your superpower. I want you to tap into that feminine energy of loving on your body, of treating your body with kindness, respect, love, compassion, and open your heart and soul to receive. You are worthy of receiving just for being you, just for being born. You're worthy of receiving everything that you want. Restorative yoga, self-care, love, money, abundance, worth, your ideal career, your ideal relationship, all the things that you want, your ideal home. This will line up for you the more you get connected with yourself and tap into that feminine energy, and you don't have to earn it, okay? You don't have to work hard to receive it. You don't have to strive and tick something off first. You are worthy of having it right now, angels. You're worthy of having everything that your heart and soul desires, and you can hang around me long enough, stay connected to my podcast, to my studio, to our teachings, come on retreat with me, come to women's circles, because I have had to work on this myself. I have had to rewire my subconscious belief, had to rewire my programming, had to get out of my own way and go through all the same things that I am teaching you now. I have been through all this. I'm still going through this. We don't just get it done. Oh, it's a beautiful sailboat in the background behind me. You can probably hear. It's a constant process, girls, and it's a constant process of growth and evolution and getting more connected to ourselves. We don't just get it done. We just keep stepping in a little bit more each time through experience, through opening our heart a little bit more to receive the messages, to receive the love, to receive abundance, to receive the self-care, just for being you, my friends. I hope that has helped. I hope that has given you a little bit to think about today, and fall in love with restorative yoga. If you haven't been, come and give it a go. And if you struggle, just keep turning up, keep trying, because you will fall like me, who hated it at first. You will learn to appreciate the slowness. You will learn to appreciate that yin and yang and that balance of masculine and feminine. And remember, the feminine is your superpower, angels. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. And I'm sending you so much light and love. And I will see you in the next episode, my friends. Bye. Mwah.